Well, hey there, friendships. Welcome back to Curtis' Corner. If you're new here, hi, I'm Curtis. This is my corner, and on today's Film Friday, we are going to be talking about Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Long-awaited sequel to the first Shazam film within the DCEU that is now no longer a thing because of new ownership with Peter Safran and James Gunn. I have some thoughts, and if you are interested in hearing them, then keep on watching. So like I said, I went to go and see Shazam, Fury of the Gods. This is the second Shazam film. This is now taking place still within the timeline of the DCEU that we have grown up with. Not so much grown to love, because it is such a mess. However, it is the one that we were dealing with the entire time. Let's start off with the positives. Visually, the film looks great. That third act is absolutely fantastic to watch and sit through, and the acting for the most part is really well done. I enjoy the family dynamic that they are really bringing into this. I enjoy the struggle that all the characters are having with not only being with a team, but also kind of wanting to do their own thing and move on with their life as well. I enjoyed all of that. I enjoyed the storyline that they were going for, and all the visual effects were really well done. That's essentially where the positives stop. My negatives for the film: Helen Mirren did not come across as menacing as she could have been. Lucy Liu was very cartoony and laughable at times. I could not take her serious in the role that she was in at all. When she was yelling, it was literally like a made-for-TV Teen Titans type. She could have come across as more... I found she was way more menacing in Kill Bill than she was even remotely close to being in this film. Rachel Zegler was a fine addition to the film. I think she did a fine job in the role that she was given, but even still, she was just kind of there. The jokes did not laugh once in this film. I thoroughly enjoyed the lighthearted, joking manner of the very first Shazam. This one, they tried to do it again, and they just fell very flat on every ounce of delivery. And honestly, the first 2/3 of the movie were uneventful. The story that they had going for it could have had potential, but it didn't. It was there. They didn't do a whole lot with it. It kind of just puttered along until you got to that third act where it amped everything up, amped all the stakes up, but even still, that still faltered a bit because of the acting that Lucy Liu provided in her role. This film was a complete letdown, and the direction that they were trying to go for it, considering especially that this was supposed to come out after The Flash, there's moments in it that you can tell that they were kind of pulling at to make it work based around The Flash, and you can tell where they kind of had to go back and fix it. There was one moment as well I absolutely, completely hated, and I kind of understand where they were going for it, but I feel like it was supposed to be an initial cameo, and they just completely did like a full Superman treatment where it's just like neck down, and I absolutely hated it. It was more cringy in this one than any of the Superman ones that they did. This just was not it at all. It was a complete letdown. While the first Shazam I give maybe like a 4 stars out of, this one it's low. It is not a great film. And then the 2 post-credit scenes that they have, one that's trying to lead into the future of the DCU rather than the DCEU, that's what they're calling it, whatever, doesn't really fly well. They kind of just like in a way shoehorn it in there. And then the second post-credit scene, it's like it kind of calls back to the first film, but still goes absolutely nowhere. And with the new direction that this universe is taking, who knows if we're ever going to see any of the things mentioned in the post-credit scenes actually come to fruition. Yeah, it was a complete and utter letdown. I'm going to end on one more positive. Like I said, the family dynamic I really enjoyed a lot in this film. It actually brings forward a lot of emotion and humanity at certain parts, especially with Jack Dylan Grazer's performance as Freddy. I think he did a fantastic job in this. And then also with Asher Angel as Billy Batson, I think both of them together not only are the heart of both Shazam films, but you can really see a good friendship within their characters, along with them actually being and growing to be and accepting each other as brothers and family within the film. And I really enjoyed the growth seeing those two characters develop and all the stress and responsibility and pressure that they have being these superheroes, kind of affecting them in their life when they're not as a superhero. So with all of that being said, I'm going to be giving Shazam Fury of the Gods a C. Like I said, the only thing I thoroughly enjoyed was that big giant dragon battle that you see in all the trailers, and that was essentially it for me. I don't exactly know what they were really trying to go for because of all the reshoots and re-editing that they had to do, so it kind of jumbled up the story a bit. They changed a lot to fit the timeline that they're trying to go into now, and it just doesn't work for me in that way. So, hopefully you enjoyed my review. If you did, make sure you give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I put out weekly videos, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video, because if you don't, how else are you going to know when I post? You won't, so do it. I will be back on the next one, but until then, goodbye friendships.